Once upon a time, there was a rich, successful real estate tycoon named Victor Langston. Victor was a very disciplined person. He was never late for anything. He believed punctuality was a sign of respect. He had a huge hotel chain with multiple properties all over the world. His employees made sure everything was perfect at all times. Nothing made Victor more furious than when people were late. If they were late, he berated them without even giving them an explanation. Victor felt being late was disrespectful to him. One day, while walking through the lobby of his flagship property, Victor saw his janitor, Marcus, was late by 12 minutes. Victor was furious. He stopped in his tracks and shouted, "Hey, you! Do you know how much I pay to keep this place spotless? And you're late again." But the janitor didn't respond. He just stood there, quiet, tired, clutching an old, worn-out duffel bag. The rich man rolled his eyes and turned away. He did not want to see Marcus again. But as Marcus tried to walk away, the bag slipped and spilled open. The items inside fell out onto the marble floor. Victor turned around and stared. What he saw made him freeze. It shattered everything he thought he knew about this man. It was early morning, and sunlight streamed through the windows of the luxurious hotel lobby. The sight of the neatly arranged furniture, gleaming floors, and expensive decorations gave a sense of wealth and sophistication. Victor Langen, the famous real estate tycoon, was walking through the lobby. He was tall with sharp features and expensive suits. But right now, he was annoyed. His eyes scanned the room and landed on the janitor. Marcus! Marcus was walking in 12 minutes late. Victor narrowed his eyes. Marcus was usually punctual, so why was he late today? He didn't care if there was a valid reason or not. In Victor's mind, lateness was a sign of disrespect. He wanted to show the janitor who was boss. "Next time you're late, don't bother coming back," he shouted, surprising everyone around them. Marcus was taken aback by Victor's outburst, but he didn't argue back. He just nodded his head slowly, trying to convey that it wouldn't happen again. He picked up his bag and headed toward the maintenance closet, but as he turned away, his old frayed duffel bag slipped from his shoulder. The zipper opened suddenly and files tumbled out. They were medical documents. Victor frowned, surprised. Why did the janitor have these here? He watched as Marcus struggled to gather the papers and other items that fell out, his hands shaking slightly. Curiosity got the better of him, and Victor found himself kneeling down beside the janitor. "What are these?" he asked, pointing to the documents. Marcus looked up, his eyes filled with panic. I'm sorry, sir. I'll get them off the floor." He tried to push Victor away, but the damage was done. Victor wasn't interested in the papers anymore. He noticed a small drawing tucked between the documents. It was a picture of a little girl with a shaved head and a big smile. Below the drawing was a note. "For my brave daddy." Victor's gaze moved to a row of tiny pill bottles on the floor. Hope, sadness, happiness, and dream. There were also several overdue hospital bills on the floor. One of the documents caught Victor's attention. It was a letter from the hospital explaining that Jasmine Rhodes' insurance had been denied. Her chemotherapy treatments would no longer be covered. Victor looked up at the man. His face crumpled in understanding. The pieces clicked in his mind. He now understood why the janitor was late sometimes. He remembered seeing Marcus leave early on several occasions. And now he knew why. The janitor was struggling to take care of his daughter who was going through chemotherapy. "Your daughter," Victor started, unsure what to say. Marcus looked up at him, tears streaming down his face. "She's my granddaughter, sir. My daughter passed away in a car accident 2 years ago. I'm raising Jasmine alone. I take her to chemo 3 mornings a week. That's why I'm late sometimes. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to be late. I just needed to spend some time with her." Victor couldn't speak. How could he have been so insensitive? The janitor wasn't lazy or disrespectful. He was a loving grandfather trying his best to balance his job and his family. Looking around him, Victor noticed the stares of his staff. Everyone had witnessed his outburst. He felt ashamed. He wished the ground would swallow him. "Marcus," he said, his voice softer now. "I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry for yelling at you." Marcus shook his head, his face crumpling in sorrow. "It's all right, sir. I understand. I shouldn't be late. I apologize." Victor helped him gather the papers and put them back in his bag. "No, I should be the one apologizing. Let's go to my office. I want to help." Later that day, Victor sent Marcus home early. He wanted to give the man time to take care of his granddaughter. He also had his staff look into Jasmine's story. They found out she was staying in a small apartment far from the city center. Over the next few weeks, Victor became a regular visitor at Jasmine's house. He brought her toys, books, and even a TV. He also paid for her education and promised to support her until she was 18 years old. He knew it wasn't enough to make up for the horrible mistake he made, but he hoped it would help. One day, Victor was walking through the hotel lobby when he saw Jasmine and Marcus entering. Jasmine was holding Marcus's hand and skipping happily. Victor knelt down to meet her. "Hi, Jasmine," he greeted her with a smile. Jasmine reached into her bag and pulled out a drawing. She handed it to Victor. "Here, Mr. Langston," she said proudly. Victor unfolded the drawing. It was a picture of a girl with a missing tooth holding hands with a man. The girl was smiling and the man had a big mustache. Below the picture were the words, "Thank you for helping my grandpa." Victor's eyes filled with tears. He hugged Jasmine tightly. "Thank you, Jasmine," he whispered. "You're very welcome, Mr. Langston," she replied. Years passed. Jasmine grew up under Victor's care. He made sure she never wanted for anything, and though he could never replace her parents, he became a father figure to her. As for Marcus, he remained the hotel's janitor. Victor promoted him and gave him a comfortable salary. Victor often thought back to the day he met Marcus. He learned that sometimes appearances can be deceiving and not to judge others too quickly. He also discovered that behind closed doors, even the strongest people have their own struggles. After many years, both Marcus and Victor passed away peacefully. Their story became a local legend, reminding everyone that judging someone by their job or appearance can lead to misunderstandings.